Welcome. I'm going to play a little music just to get everybody in the room. Let's go ahead and share the room out. This is Money Mastery, Kingdom Dominion. I don't own the rights to this music. Go ahead, come on in, get comfortable, grab a seat, share with your family and friends. If you know anyone that needs a mind shift in their money choices and decisions, it's a family affair. Get all the cousins, aunties, uncles, get everybody in the room. And then we're going to get to it. Just want to set the mood. We got to come in and, rest our mind, get ready to get this good information. Go ahead and get your pen and your paper or your notebook or your tablet so we can get into it. I'm trying not to be long. I'm shooting for not long. It just depends on how long, it takes you to unpack some of this. All right, so let's get into it. Okay. Welcome to Money Mastery Kingdom Dominion. My name is Raquel Carr. I am your money magnet, financial strategist, and today we are talking about money mindset. So, what is Money Mastery Kingdom Dominion? This is a movement for the month of June. If God says so, it will go on longer. But this is to get you comfortable with talking about money so you no longer suffer in silence and you don't make the same cycles over and over again that we pass down to generation to generation so that we can get to the destination that we seek. So this is to get you comfortable all the way around. I'm dealing with so many things the month of June. So let's just start with how the week plays out. So on Sundays is money and marriage or relationships where you're sharing your finances. So definitely check me out. Me and my husband does that series, and we're definitely welcome to inviting couples into that space. So on Sunday. On Monday is money and mamas, and that's what we talk about. If you're a single mom or you're a single dad and you're the primary breadwinner and everything is kind of falling on your shoulders, we talk about how we can manage that stress and how we can get through and all different things around that. On Tuesdays, you do not want to miss this. Tuesdays, that is spin the money wheel. And that is when we look at different areas of our financial wheel. And that is a working session. That means you are coming to work. I try to give you homework each and every time, but that one is definitely you come to make some changes immediately. So there's always something for you to do right there in that moment to change the trajectory of your financial future. Isn't that amazing? Because I heard you and you said, hey, I need somebody to go hold my hand. And God said, let me go send my daughter. And here we are, so that we can get that work done. So that's on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, it's budget clinic. So that is if you have any questions around your budget. It's just like if you go to a regular clinic, only it's a financial clinic, and you're just saying, hey, I'm looking at these little bit of things. Or you could just come and listen to other people's issues or concerns, and I will answer those questions. You can submit those questions in advance. Click the link in my bio. Listen, if you're not already following me, follow me. Just go ahead, follow now. And then if you go click the link in my bio, you can download my business card, which give you access to everywhere I am. So that is on Wednesdays, budget clinic. On Thursdays, it is money and extended family and friends. It's those financial obligations that we have with those that are outside of our home. And on Fridays, it is what? Money mindset. Because before you can make any decisions, we got to make sure our mind is right because our mind is aligned with our heart, and our heart controls our spending. So we're going to make sure we're aligning our mind and our heart together on Fridays. On Saturdays, that is when we have a Bible study. And right now we're going over financial healing, and we are looking at the 10 commandments of financial healing. So you definitely want to check that out on Saturdays. Okay. So uh, that is the layout of Money Mastery Kingdom Dominion. And today we're going to talk about money mindset. So you might be asking yourself, if this is your first time following me or this first time hearing about this, what is money mindset, right? What is that? Money mindset essentially controls how you think, what you believe about money. What are your truths when it comes to money? Like what do you fundamentally believe? What is your belief about money? Like, do you believe that there's abundance? Do you believe that there's scarcity and lack? Do you believe that you're supposed to give it all away? What do you believe? And your beliefs, your perspectives shape and influence the way you save, the way you spend, the way whether or not you invest in your future, and how you give. Everything that has to do with your financial picture is based on how you think and what's in your heart. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So, if you're thinking like, oh, you might not be able to connect the dots right now. But while I'm telling you this story, think about how you viewed money when you were growing up, what you saw, what you told yourself. When I get older, I'm never going to do X. Or I'm always going to do Y. What was those stories that you told yourself? So when I was younger, I lived in the hood. So when you grow up in poverty, there's a couple of different things that you think of your way out of this. One is the one that you can see with your eyes, which is okay, if you sell drugs, those are the people that got the most amount of money. Even the corner stores, they didn't look like they really had money. The corner stores was kind of run down a bit, so you didn't think you were getting out that way. And if you were in a poor neighborhood, you really didn't see a whole lot of people that did have money. So the other part is what you can see, which is what's on television, which was your athletes or your singers or those type of folks. And then there was the third way. And depending upon your neighborhood, you didn't see too many of them, but you knew that was an option. And that was to go to college and get a good job. And what was a good job? Good job is doctor, lawyer. That's about it. Doctor, lawyer. Those was kind of your two. Engineer really wasn't talked about that much. So I opted for a doctor. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to grow up. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be not only a doctor, I'm going to be a cardiologist. I'm going to be a heart surgeon. And I'm going to be the best in the country. And I'm going to be highly sought out. That was the vision. That was the dream, because then I would make enough money to be able to leave here and be able to take care of who I need to take care of. That was how my mind was set to money. Well, life happened, right? And life took me on a bit of a detour. So that became something that was completely out of reach for me. But it did not stop the other goals, did not stop my desire to want to take care of people's hearts, to want to do heart surgery on people so they can live longer and be better. It did not stop my desire to want to be wealthy, and did not stop my desire to want to take care of people. It just said, okay, that you're not going to be able to achieve it that way. So once you have a pivot, it's like, okay, how do I still get to that goal? Only I'm not going to have this respected, honored career that I was dreaming of. And I made a detour, right? And in that detour, this is why I'm here. Because now I'm asking you, do you love yourself? And if you say yes, I hope you say yes. But if you say no, what needs to happen to get you there? What needs to happen to get you to love yourself? And just put it in the comments. Do you love you? And if you say yes, I love myself, is it evident in your life? Meaning the decisions that you've made to this point, if you look around, does it say that you love yourself? Because part of love is taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. And part of taking care of your body is your health. So are you healthy? Does your life look like that you love yourself by what you consume? Part of taking care of yourself is your financial health. Does your life look like the decisions that you have made? Does it look like that you love you? Because sometimes we just got to get to the core of the reasons why we're making these decisions. Sometimes we don't know any better, and sometimes it's because we don't feel like we're worth it. So we do things that we have these self saboteurs, and we continue to sabotage ourselves because we don't feel like we're worthy. And so we have to do the work to feel that love, to know that we are loved because God loves you very much. And if you submit to his love, it becomes easier to identify with love. It's very difficult if you think you're loving everyone else and every decision you're making is helping everyone else, but it's not helping you. You're really not extending love. You're extending yourself from a broken place. So today, I want you to write down, do you think you're worthy of financial health, of physical health, of mental health, of spiritual health? Like where do you fit in to this spectrum of love within your being? Are you showing yourself love by taking care of you? That means not only taking care of you today, it means thinking about the you for tomorrow. Do you care and love yourself enough to make sure that when you're retired, you're taken care of? That when you die, that your body is taken care of, that your legacy is taken care of? Where does that fall in? So your mind is like a suitcase, right? Like a suitcase. And it has all of these files that it has stored in it. And the storing of those files tells you how and what you should do. And it's not until you decide to unpack some of that that's in there and decide, is this serving me? Is this belief serving me? Is it giving me what I need to get the result that I need? And if it's not, you open up the little case and you take that file out that's telling you things that's not true and you throw it in the trash. Or you update the file so that it can do what it is designed to do, because you can't get anything done. Literally, if your mind tells your hand to do this, it's going to do it, because that's the way it works. So your mind, what you believe, governs your decisions, and your decisions governs your actions, and your actions are the result of what you believe. So if you're saying today, if you're right now, if you're in scarcity, or if you're just doing okay, but you're not where you ultimately want to be, and you have no steps to get there, that we have to go back to the source. What do we believe? What do you believe today about yourself? So I'm gonna ask you, how much money do you think you deserve? Have you ever thought about that? Now, usually when we have like very lofty dreams and goals, we think we deserve the world. Do you think you deserve 100 million? Do you think you deserve 100 billion? Like where do you fit in the what you think you deserve? So go ahead, write it in the comments. Tell me, give me your number. If you say, do you have a number that says maybe not what I deserve, but this is the number that I want. This is the number I want to achieve. Have you ever thought about it? Like if you are approaching and you are fastly working towards, you know, wealth, and every time you get a level, you increase your living. And then you get to another level, you get a promotion, you increase your cost of living. And you just keep going like this and you keep growing. What is your number that's enough? Do you have it like, hey, I deserve that, but this is enough? Because if you don't have a goal that's enough, then you keep chasing a dream that you may never achieve. And and you don't achieve it just because it's a moving target. So once you get one, you create another. Once you create another, you create another. So what is your number one that you could be satisfied with, happy with, joy? And then two, what is the amount you think you deserve? And How is that showing up in your today world? Do your actions line up with your number? Like, how much do you believe you should be? How much do you believe? How do you believe you should be managing your money? How do you believe you should be spending your money? What is your thought pattern around that? I want you to take this time to write down your spending habits. Are you spending for what? For survival? Are you spending for pleasure? Are you spending for your future, meaning investing? Are you giving and giving everything away and you don't have anything saved? Like, what is it? What's your viewpoint on that? Because this will help you to unpack if you're not where you want to be, or if where you want to be keeps moving and it's a moving target. No matter what, it's never enough. And no matter how many promotions you get, you still don't have enough saved because you keep increasing your cost of living. What are you saying about yourself? Do you only care about yourself today, or do you care about future you? If future you could see you now, is she worried? Is he worried? Or he excited like, girl, you looking out. Man, you got my back. Do you have your future self back? Are you looking, are you taking care, or are you just taking care of what's right in front of you? Can you see beyond today? Can you see beyond tomorrow? Can you see 10, 15, 20, 30 years down the road? And if you have thought about her or him, whoever's watching today, if you have thought about your future self, are you preparing to make sure future you, or are you saying, hey, I'm waiting on a miracle? God's going to look out. He's going to take care of me. I don't have to worry about tomorrow because God is going to take care of tomorrow. Let's not worry about tomorrow. Yeah, that is a scripture. Don't worry about. But God is also giving you. And he's giving you because you are your own miracle. He's put inside of you all kinds of creativity, the ability to be able to gain wealth, the ability to be able to call those things that be not as though they are. He's giving you the ability to create, to work. So you are a part of the plan. You are part of the miracle working plan. You have to have something. So if you just sitting there, because faith is an action verb, that means something should be done. If you say, hey, God, I want to have X, I want to have 50,000 in my bank account. What are you doing to put some money in the bank account? Or are you just expecting for it to appear? So you have to prepare for the blessing. By preparing, you got to do the work. God can't give you 50,000 if you don't know how to manage 50,000. You don't know how to save 50,000. I mean, second 50 hits, is the second 50 going to leave? But that was like that. Second that money got in his hand, he was a spender. Oh, he loved it. He let it give you money. He let it hand it out to you. It felt good to him. So you can get it. But are you going to be able to keep it? And then if you keep it and you don't give to no one else, like, where's your balance? So I want you to sit and rest in that. So your finances are a result of your decisions. There's no getting around that. Whatever you're looking at today, whatever your bank account says today, is a result of what you have said yes or no to. You are in control. And you might think that you're not, but it might be because what you're thinking in your head. So if you think that you're not in control and life is happening to you and you're not controlling your life and you have no control over the decisions you make, you have no control whether you're going to say yes or no to something, then you have to change your money mindset. This goes back to, what do you think? What do you think in your mind about how you operate in money? You have to develop a positive mindset, and you have to develop a way to manage your money, because when you manage something, it gets better and better. Because why? You see where the waste is, you see where the surplus is, you have a destination for where you want your money to go and how you want it to get there. But absent of that, so let's say you have a career track. Let's say you're like, oh, when you got into school or whatever it is, your business, and you had a track. You're like, hey, I want to hit this goal. I want to get this degree. I want to do this and I want to achieve that. It's the same thing for your money. I want to have this amount of savings. I want to make this much money. I want my credit score to be this. I want to have this much in insurance. I want my will to look like this. Sometimes we stop at, excuse me, sometimes we stop at how much money we're going to make. And as long as we can take care of today, we're like, listen, it'll all work out in the future. Then we get to the future and we looking back at our young self saying, why didn't we just do X? Why don't we put a little bit of money in a 401 or a Roth? Why don't we try to learn some of that? Excuse me. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, what are you doing to impact your future? What are you doing to impact the future you? What are the money mantras that you're saying? Are you saying to yourself that this can be achieved, or are you looking at your situation and saying it can't get any better? And it might be somewhere in between. But what are you doing to actively manage your finances to ensure that you reach the goals that you desire? Do you have goals? Or are you just moving about the earth, hoping it all works out one way or the other? The same way you manage anything else, the same way that you decide, again, when you get inside your car and you put your destination in, and it says, hey, there's an accident up ahead and you need to detour, you need to get off so that you don't get stuck in traffic. Do you say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to stay stuck in traffic? Or do you get off and go to the destination so that you can make it to where you need to go? A lot of times we are headed to a traffic jam. When you are stuck in a traffic jam, guess what? You don't have any more choices. There's no way for you to get out. The only choice you have is to sit and wait. That is what happens when you don't make decisions. When you don't make decisions that impact your future positively, you end up running out of choices. And then you're left with whatever someone has for you. And you want to avoid that. You want to avoid the traffic jam. Listen, I want that I am a constant voice in your ear. And you're like, Raquel told me that I'm about to run out of choices if I don't make a decision. I want to disrupt whatever is packed up in your suitcase that is leading you into a traffic jam. I'm making no decisions but the current one. I want to disrupt that thinking. I want to be your cardiologist today, disrupt your heart and your mind so that you are pushed in a way that says, there's a traffic jam ahead. If I don't make some changes today, my future is not going to be what I desire. You're not waiting for something to just happen out the sky, because you are the person that's supposed to make stuff happen. God has given you that power within you. Okay, you have it. It's here. And if you are refusing to get off when you know you are headed straight into a traffic jam, you can't blame anybody else. Because if you are here right now, you heard this message, you cannot unhear it. It is now in your ears. You cannot say, I'm not going to plan for my future. I'm not going to add more. Because if you think that you are sacrificing, you're not sacrificing. You're making an investment into your future. You have to live with you in the future. It's you. Whether you make bad food choices, you got to live with those decisions. That's what I'm saying. Those choices are going to run out for you. And then you're going to be stuck with whatever body and health that you're in because you didn't make the right choices. While you still have an opportunity to make decisions, please, please, please do not go into that traffic jam. It is a 25-mile pile up, and you're not going to get out. The bridge is broken, and it's going to take a while before they send airlift. That's how dire it is ahead if you don't take that route off that says, hey, this is the detour around that jam. Around the jam. You want to go around the jam. You want to go around being retired and living on a fixed income where it's not enough because the government hasn't properly prepared for you. you have to properly prepare for you. So you want to get around that traffic jam. You want to get around the traffic jam of you die and everybody's fighting and people putting up GoFundmes. You want to get around that traffic jam. You want to get into a nice smooth lane because you have prepared, because God has told you that what? You're going to get older. Your body is going to become more frail, right? It's just time. You age. So this is not a mystery. You know that if you should live long enough, you are going to get older. Your eyesight is not going to be what it used to be. Your activity of your life, everything is kind of going to slow down a bit. We all know that. We all know that we're going to pass away. These are things that are promised unless you die prematurely. And even then, you should be preparing for your premature death if you have people that are dependent on you. So I want you to avoid your traffic jam because you're putting it off. I'm going to take care of it one day. I'm going to take care of it one day. I'm going to take care of it one day. Today's the day. Today is the day that you say, why do I keep making these same cycles? Why do I have money, then don't have money? Have money, then don't have money. Have some, don't have some. Have savings, don't have savings. Why do I never have any savings? Why? All these things, you have to go sit with yourself and decide, what stories have you told yourself? What do you believe that is convincing you that you are not worthy of abundance? Abundance take some level of discipline. There's no way around it. Even if you were blessed with some financial blessing, if you don't have discipline, it does not come when you get more money. It starts now. It starts today. It starts with the small steps. And every time you take a smaller step, compound interest on those steps, they just get bigger, 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 bigger. Then God can bless you because he can trust you with more and greater. If you believe that the only way for you to make money is to work a 9 to 5 or to, exchange your time for money, that is a belief, albeit a limiting belief. And that limiting belief will have you exchanging your time for dollars all the time. If you believe that there's another way and you can make money in your sleep and you can have passive income, then you start to make steps towards passive income. If you believe that you have to work, you're going to make steps towards making sure you keep having a job. If you believe you got to keep asking people for money and you can only do just one little thing or things that make you happy, and that's the only way that you can ever make money, then that's what you're going to seek, and you're going to always be asking people for money. If you think that you are a victim of inflation and a victim of what's going on in the earth, then you're never going to have it. If you think there's just never enough, do you think that everything is too high, then you're going to make decisions that line up with that. I am telling you today that your decisions is based off of what you believe. And your belief is going to create your reality. If you don't have enough, that is because that is how you believe. If you have more than enough, that's because how you believe. Everything goes back to your belief because your belief is going to govern your decisions. And if you're not making any decisions and you're waiting, that's something that you believe. You believe you don't have to do anything and it's miraculously going to occur. But once you shift that mind, huh? Clog out those limiting beliefs out your heart. Clear that pathway and get some new mantras, new vision. And you begin to adopt a mindset that is going to move you into where you want to be. Now, I don't know where you want to be. I don't know what your number is, what number you gave me at the beginning. I don't know what your prosperity plan looks like. I don't know if you have one. But if you want to be prosperous, you have to have a plan. You have to write your vision and make it plain. Why? Because then you'll start to get things that line up with your vision. So you may say, I love working hard every day. That gives me joy, it gives me peace. It allows me to say that I'm doing something. And I that's what makes me content. That's your number. Everybody has a different wealth picture. Wealth is not defined by the zeros. It's defined by what you feel as though would make your life wealthy, would make your life healthy. So you have to first come up with what that is. You have to create your destiny track, your prosperity plan. When you go to college and you say, hey, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna get my degree, I'm gonna get my master's degree, some people, I'm gonna get my doctorate, whatever the track is, you set a track, you start setting goals. You don't say, hey, I hope one day I hit the degree lottery and someone gives me a degree. You may, but most people don't. You decide, hey, one day I hope I hit the car lottery, but I'm gonna sit here and wait until a car appears in my driveway. One day I'm going to hit the driver's license lottery. I'm going to sit here and wait until someone gives me a driver's license. You don't say that, right? Because if you want to drive, what are the steps to being able to drive? You got to go get a license. How do you get a license? You got to go study. Go study, get your license, pass. Once you get your license, then you got to save up, or you got to you go get a car. Someone give you a car. However that works out. And once you get that car, what? You got to practice driving. And that is how you drive. It is the same way with your financial plan. I don't know why, when it comes to finances, we think that things are going to drop from the sky when we get to an abundant. How do you go from a hoopty to a nice car? How do you do it? You're like, okay, I want to have that car. And then what do? You see how much it costs. And then you decide that you're going to you're going to work, and that's important to you, and you're going to get the car that you want. But when it comes to really getting comfortable, really getting into financial abundance, somehow we think that is going to drop from the sky. When it comes to us getting in shape, we know, whether we do it or not, that it's going to require some level of effort. It's going to require us changing the things that we eat, maybe getting in some exercise, but we're going to have to set a goal of where we want to be. We know this for almost every aspect of our life, but somehow making that leap into financial prosperity, financial freedom, getting out of debt, we are always waiting on a miracle. The miracle is you. The miracle is you setting the goal, deciding what you want it to be, and creating steps, active steps to get there. That is the way you get there. So you have to set a destiny track for your money. You look at your money and you say, hey, I want you to be this. What steps do I need to take to help get there? You're going to say, hey, I want my credit score to be that. What steps do I need to take to get there? You are going to sit down when your mindset changes and you realize that you are the reason why this is happening. When you look around, if you see lack, if you see average, or if you see a moving target, these are things that you have created. Now, you may say, I didn't create this. I was born into this. Okay. Some people are born into wealth and still blow money all the time and can't keep wealth, cannot keep anything. You can be born into poverty and move to wealth. You have the control to say, hey, I'm no longer going to be a victim of my circumstances. I love me enough to make some decisions to invest in my today, my tomorrow, and my future. I'm no longer going to allow my limiting beliefs about money to control me and to control the decisions that I make. I'm going to adopt new mantras. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I'm going to make decisions that line up with the vision that I see. I'm going to write down what my prosperity plan is. I'm going to write down what my numbers need to be in order for me to live comfortably. And I'm going to actively look for opportunities to get there. You're going to pray over it, ask the Lord to bless it, and then you're going to make steps, because when you make one step, He's going to help you. He's going to push you along the way. But you have to first admit that I'm making some bad decisions. This is me. And also, if everyone around you have the same situation, it's going to be difficult to get better because everybody's making the same type of decisions. If you want more and you want to get to more, you have to start being around other people, whether it's physically and someone in your circle, or you just follow people that clearly have this kind of worked out, because you're going to learn more. You're going to start making more wiser decisions because you just might not have the tools that you need. And the only way to get them is through learning. It's the same way with anything else. It's like, hey, I want to be an electrician. You don't say, oh, I'm going to hope that electrician, that skill drops in my lap. No, you go out there and you start reading and figuring out, and you decide you're going to walk in that because you set that goal, you set that intention, and you start to make active steps toward that. I want to be financially free. Okay, what does financially free look like? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to start doing? And then you start doing it. One of the other things to help you move forward, if I've said anything to offend you today, is to forgive yourself. So, hey, let's say you've made some financial mistakes. And these financial mistakes has caused you to be in the situation that you are today. Not just financial mistakes, but life. But even in life, you had a choice in that life to say what you wanted to do different. And now you're looking at your credit score and you're looking at your debt to income ratio, and you're saying, man, I made some mistakes. I can't get out of that. That is a money mindset. You can get out of anything. Money is dollars and cents, they're zeros. If you ever took math class, you know it always adds up. That's the beautiful thing about math. It's really not even objective. I mean, it's really not subjective. It's going to just add up. So if you do X, you're going to get Y. That is why I love math. It's not dependent upon how, it literally, if you put money to this, it's going to go down. It's as easy as that. So you get a plan around, okay, how can I get this down? What do I need to add to this? And then you ask the Lord to bless it, and then you get even more. I'm going to tell you, I'm a firm believer in paying tithes and offering. Now listen, God can do more with your 90 than you can do with your 100. Because when you don't give, then you don't have that protection. And you're saying, I have full control over my money. But when you say, Lord, I want you to take control, that 90 turns into so much more, so many more opportunities, connections, protection, etc. So I just want to encourage you today, if you haven't already, to start paying your tithes, because that will help you in this money journey. Because there's an exchange. And I want you to get into that exchange. That's a part of your health plan. That's part of your wealth plan. All right. So I've spent a little bit of time today where hopefully you are now starting to think about your money decisions and taking a look over the things that you have done, and how confident are you? What is your financial confidence today? How confident are you in making good money decisions that's going to impact your future in a positive way? If your confidence is not where it needs to be, or you could use some support, I want to encourage you to follow me. Two, you can go into my bio. There is a budget planner there that will help you along the way, as many tutorials all along the way. It will help guide your budget journey. It will help you set your goals, help you set your intentions, and to really get into your mindset, and not only mindset, but into actively doing the work so that you can achieve the goals that you need. If you're like, "Oh, I need a little bit more help than that," definitely click the link in my bio, get a discovery call, and we can talk through it and see what works best for you so that you can reach your desired goals. All right. So if you already have all that together, I want you to make sure that you shift your mind to a positive mindset so that you can think positively about your money. You can start to see where you want to be. You should be getting excited because where you are today is the last day you'll be there, because you're going to start making decisions to change that narrative and change your future. And I'm excited for you. I believe in you, and I know that you can do it, because now, hopefully, I've done some work on your heart, um, you know, and that your financial future looks much different. And I want you to budget in happiness into your actual budget. This means that what are some things that make you happy, and make sure you add that into your budget each and every month, so that while you're on this journey, you can be excited about your future. Think of you, get an aging picture of you, put you up there, and start setting some goals around making sure you take care of your future self, because your future self will thank you so much. And I'm glad that you hung out with me today. I really appreciate it. I think that's all I have for you today. And I hope that this has impacted your heart, impacted your mind, so that you can move forward. Remember, what you believe determines what you decide. Your decisions determines your actions, and your actions are a result of your beliefs. So when you look around your life, when you look around your house, when you look around your bank account, it is a direct result of the decisions that you made and what you believe in your heart. And if it does not line up with what you thought you believed, take some inventory on what your beliefs are and do the work to start making those changes and start to develop positive financial mantras. Every time you're about to speak something negative, eliminate that thought and switch it out for at least three things positive to actually kill it. So you should not allow that thought to sit here like it's never, or I can't, it's never, it's not, all those things. The second the sentence starts in this ear, you want to feed it with your positive mantras to push it out, because you do not want to create that head noise, that head trash that is going to keep you where you are. You are powerful. You are a miracle. Just being here, just getting to this point, you can do it. Whatever future you determine, write it down, write the vision, make it plain, and begin to speak that life into your finances. And you will see such rapid change. I promise you. So have an absolutely blessed day in Jesus' name. And until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.